Hi, I'm Alicia.
Hi, I'm Shafak.
And we're making a vlog for our business communications class at UTSC. And so we're going to be talking about Mayor Rob Ford, who definitely made his way onto the newsstands last week when he admitted to crack.
This is pretty crazy because earlier on in the year, he actually denied all allegations against him. But when the proof was found, he actually admitted to it and started apologizing, saying he's not the perfect man, he's a human, he makes mistakes. And we understand that. But he's been lying to us for a year. And that's not okay. And aside from that, he hasn't really taken any actions. I mean, there's no talk about rehab. He hasn't even resigned yet, and I would think that would be the first thing that would happen.
You would, but no, he had to go and try to take the steps to try and pass a regulation where his council should start taking drug and alcohol tests before work, but that's not necessary. Why are you making a new problem? You're pushing your own problems onto somebody else by doing that. And are you saying that we shouldn't be trusting our council members then? It's forming a new problem that's not necessary. And do we really want this kind of person representing Toronto? No, we want the honest man that we originally elected.
Exactly. I mean, besides just looking at his personality, we have to look at what a huge impact the scandal has had on businesses in Toronto as well. I mean, the story is covered on such various outlets. It's even gone global. I even read an article on the Saudi Gazette, which is a newspaper in Saudi Arabia, which is all the way across the other side of the world, right? I mean, social media, I mean, Twitter's exploding. Even I've tweeted about it, and I'm not really that into politics, you know? I mean, all the news channels, I mean, the talk shows, I mean, they're all poking fun at him. Yeah, I watched that, yeah.
Yeah, he went and said, well, if it's not only Rob Ford who has the drug problems and alcohol problems, then it's just all of Toronto. Like, that's a crack city right there. And no, that's not fair to say that about us, because you can't generalize us all based on what a few poor decisions that Rob Ford made. That's not fair. You can't go and just make that judgment. And if you look at the numbers, if you think about 2 years ago, there was 3%. It was 3%.
3%, yeah.
Where 3% negative talk about Toronto, and then last year it bumped up to 12%. And then if you go to this year, because of this whole scenario, it's jumped up to 22%.
Wow.
22%.
That's a 19% increase in the past 2 years.
It's huge, and it's unnecessary.
That's unnecessary, and it's really bad for Toronto. I mean, because in 2011, Toronto was actually considered one of the top 5 destinations for foreign direct investment, which means that people actually wanted to invest in Toronto. But now this entire scandal kind of makes people not trust us anymore, right? If our mayor is using crack, and I believe he even admitted to drunk driving.
He did admit to drunk driving twice.
Yeah, he admitted to drunk driving. I mean, if our mayor is not following the laws, what's to say that everybody else is, right? So, I mean, it also makes the people of Toronto look oblivious to who they're putting up in charge, right? It makes us look like we have a really bad judgment, you know, which is bad for us because it's bad for business. But I do have to say that as much as the businesses are suffering a little bit because of the scandal, media is loving him. I mean, he's literally cracked open the jackpot for them, you know?
You're a good one.
Thank you.
But the jokes aside, he really isn't a bad guy. Like, there is, of course, room for improvement, but we all have room for improvement. So maybe this is a good time for him to just step back, take some time for himself, personal leave, like, work towards rebuilding himself, restructure personalities, decisions, and then maybe come back in a few years.
I agree. I don't think he should come back as a mayor, though, because I feel like he's lost the caliber for that. Yeah. But I do have to admit that the projects that he planned for Toronto were really in favor of the citizens, especially the one in Scarborough with getting rid of the RT and the subway extension, because the RT sucks. It's terrible. It's just the worst thing ever. So I was personally really excited for this, and I'm pretty sure a lot of other people were too. And it just goes to show that he really did come in to, when he became mayor, he really wanted to help the people, right? Which is why I believe he should come back and kind of focus on helping the citizens as opposed to controlling the city. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's our thoughts. Comment below if you have anything else to say.
Yeah,
Thanks for watching.